What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Locked In Politics, and we have some pretty big news in the state of Florida in its early voting. What you're looking at right now is the mail-in ballots that have been returned. These are votes that are going to actually count in the 2024 election, and what you see is Democrats up by roughly 40,000 votes. Now, you look at it by county, of course, you have the Palm Beach, Broward, Miami-Dade, normally blue counties, and then you have the rest of Florida, which can be pretty red. Orlando area, Tampa area can be more blue. And you look here, and honestly, nothing looks out of the regular, but you see Democrats are super excited about this data, and quite frankly, I do not know why, because I've been looking at the history of Florida's early vote and the demographic change in the voter registration data. This can be a state that Donald Trump genuinely can win on a night where he performs okay. He can win this state by, I'm going to say right now, 8 to 10 points. I can see Florida being called by 8:45 p.m. on election night with how this early vote by mail data is going for Republicans. And to further understand this, I'm going to take you through kind of a history of Florida. So we're going to start here. This is the 2024 numbers, of course. Here are the 2020 numbers. A little bit of a different scenario because of COVID, but you had Democrats in 2020 begging for their voters to vote by mail. And what you did see was voted by mail, returned ballots, was Democrats had a huge lead, nearly 700,000 votes in the early vote by mail. And then Republicans actually caught up in the early vote. And then, of course, also Donald Trump ran up the election day numbers. There's no doubt Donald Trump is going to win the election day vote in Florida. But what you can see is a 700,000 vote lead for Democrats in Florida in 2020. We look here and you see Democrats are only up 40,000 votes. That is it. That they don't have a 700,000. Mind you, Donald Trump won the state in 2020 by around 3.2 percentage points, and 700,000 votes was not enough. And to get a grasp, really, you got to look at the voter registration. In 2020, Democrats were more registered in Florida than Republicans by about 100,000 voters. That has gone down for Democrats by nearly 1.1 million. Republicans hold a voter registration lead by 1,055,000 right now in Florida. So at the end of the day, we're looking at Florida. Democrats are excited. I couldn't tell you why. This is going to be a huge win for Donald Trump. This is only getting redder, and quite frankly, this is the bluest vote you're going to see out of Florida. The bluest vote. And what is it, a 7 point lead right now for Democrats? You're going to get the vote early in person. Republicans could honestly take the lead in that. And then the election day vote will just be, it will be a red wave in Florida. Maybe not to the degree of a 20 point win, but it'll certainly be an 8 to 10 point win for Donald Trump. All right, I saw this. This was kind of funny. I mean, it's insane. I'll let you guys watch real quick.
He's talking about the enemy within our country, Pennsylvania. He's talking about that he considers anyone who doesn't support him or who will not bend to his will an enemy of our country. It's a serious issue. He is saying that he would use the military to go after them. Think about this.
Yo, okay. She, this is how you know you've seen polls come out in recent days, and it's just been Donald Trump around the board. He's made insane gains in the betting market. I made a video recently about the betting odds. Donald Trump has only improved in the RCP average of the seven most popular betting markets. He has about a 10 point lead as I speak right now, which is the largest it's been since he was running against Joe Biden in the summer. You look at what Kamala Harris is doing, and to really put it in perspective, the past couple months, she has been as conservative in terms of the interviews she has done, the words she has said. She hasn't laid out anything. All she says and all she does is talk about vibes, happiness. Well, I'll tell you what, vibes and happiness doesn't put money back in people's pockets. It doesn't allow them to go to the grocery store and pay for goods and services that they can't because of your administration and your administration policies that she's trying to run away from. At the same time, she's saying, hey, I wouldn't have done anything different from Joe Biden. Okay, that makes no sense. But you see the poll numbers dropping for her significantly. Her inside polls must be even worse because now you see her coming out. She says, I'm going to do an interview on Fox News. You see Tim Walz, he's going hunting and he doesn't even know how to handle a gun. You see Kamala Harris, they're saying they need to harshen the rhetoric. And it's because their tactics are not working. That's the simple truth. They're getting more aggressive. They're attacking more. They're trying to name call more. They're trying to make people feel fear because it is not working. Their message is not resonating with people when people are going to the gas pump and they're cringing watching the number go up. They're going to the grocery store and they're saying, hey, I can't afford this. Let's put it back real quick. You saw a poll come out retrospectively, and people saw that Donald Trump's policies honestly helped them more than Joe Biden's policies by like 30, 40 points. That's what wins election, guys. So it's super important. You see the rhetoric changing for Vice President Kamala Harris right now because nothing is working. Next, I want to show you this video of Bill Clinton. All right, let's show you this. I think Donald Trump has already made this into ads, quite frankly. And no doubt he should because Bill Clinton is making the case for Donald Trump for president right here.
You had a case in Georgia not very long ago, didn't you? They made an ad about it.
He's talking about Laken Riley, by the way, who was killed by an illegal alien.
Young woman who'd been killed by an immigrant. Yeah, well, if they'd all been properly vetted, that probably wouldn't have happened.
All right, clip that, put it on the campaign, and put it in every swing state because Bill Clinton is proving the point of Republicans, which is that illegal immigrants are causing crime, killing Americans, making housing prices go up, taking jobs from innocent Americans. It is the simple truth, and Bill Clinton here proving it. He thought he was saying something that was going to help, actually, which is completely wrong. So you just see this, and you're like, man, what? Bill Clinton, he's an older guy. He's actually the same age as Donald Trump, I believe. I believe he's like 78 or something, which, I mean, the intellect, the cognitive ability certainly isn't there like it used to be, unfortunately. And man, you just see it here. Bill Clinton admitting that an illegal immigrant, Laken Riley, would still be alive if an illegal immigrant did not come into this country and kill her. I mean, it's an absolute joke. And then lastly, we're gonna look at Virginia, which the early voting data has been very interesting in this state. You see, Republicans were in the mid 30s when the early vote started, and Democrats were in the mid 60s. And you saw every day it was getting tighter and tighter and tighter until now. Today, the newest update is that Democrats are making up 52.8% of the votes, and Republicans are making up 41.5%. That is roughly a 10-point state. To put it into perspective, Virginia was decided by 10 points in 2020. No doubt that election day vote is going to be more Republican leaning. And you can look here and you just say, well, Virginia could be in play. Right now in my model, I have it at about 5 points, 5 to 7 points. I'm going to be posting a new video about my predictions soon. And honestly, I might have that a little bit tighter just because of that early voting data. And quite frankly, it's going to be a pretty tight race in Virginia. I don't think either campaign is going to end up spending money in it. I think it would be not smart for Donald Trump, quite frankly, because honestly, he's probably not going to win it. He has 7 other important states to focus on. Really, 3, the 3 Rust Belt states. But pretty good early voting data out of Virginia. And this is quite frankly what Republicans want. Even if you're going to have less people vote on election day, keep the margins tighter. Don't go into the election down hundreds of thousands of votes. Don't go down 1 million votes before they even started casting ballots on election day. You can't do that because things happen on election day. You get sick, you get into a car accident, if bad things happen, cast your vote early. You keep the margins tighter so that in Pennsylvania, Donald Trump, he had a 600,000 vote lead in 2020. That wasn't enough to hold on to it. So In all of these states, Republicans, they've been doing better in casting their vote early because you just don't know what's going to happen. Make sure your vote gets counted. Make a plan to vote early or make a plan to vote on election day. It's the only way we can win this election is if you vote, 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 and vote. So, so I'll end on that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.